everybody. Welcome to the last demo day of 2025 for KP Ready Co. We have a jam-packed day of different technology platforms across the building lifecycle. And so we've got 6 presenters today. We'll do about 10 minutes each. And then any questions you have on each of the different platforms that's being presented today, feel free to drop any questions you have in the Q&A section. And we'll go ahead and get those answered after each presenter is ready or is finished with their product. We just had our successful Vibathon and AEC Summit this week in Phoenix, Arizona. It was great to see everybody out there, and the engagement was incredible. We will be announcing some things on our Q1 event for 2026 on January 13th. That will be in San Francisco, California. So keep an eye out for announcements on that, as well as our other quarterly events that will be coming up for the 2026 year. So to get things kicked off, we're going to start with LD Humphreys with Doceo Technologies.
Hey everybody, how are you doing today? Before we jump in, I want to take you through a quick little exercise here. So before we get into it, I want everybody on this call to imagine a world where every construction project was delivered on time and on budget, without eating into any float or contingency, and where you as a general contractor could actually capture the margin that you bid originally. I'm LD Humphreys, and I'm the founder of Doceo Technologies. I am a builder by trade. I have over 10 years experience in the industry. I started as a general laborer, moved my way up to project manager, and I eventually became a licensed general contractor myself and started my own firm. And that statement here that you see isn't just a vision, right? It is the future that we're trying to build here at Doceo. And just as a little bit of knowledge here, Doceo means to instruct or to inform in Latin. And so I know you're probably thinking, man, there's a lot of things in the way that's going to prevent us from ever seeing a project be delivered on time and on budget without eating into float. And I don't blame you for thinking that way, but I need you to know that the way that we make decisions today is what's standing in the way of that future. And it's not holistically, we're going to get there holistically by having faster or cleaner workflows. That's certainly part of how we get to that future. But today we're losing time and money on projects, not because the project teams don't care, right? Or don't have things available for them to have faster and more efficient workflows, but it's because the systems that are around them make proactive control nearly impossible. And so today, gut feel decisioning is really causing unintentional profit leaks and schedule slippages on construction projects today. And also you stack that with software bloat, disconnected data stories, and aging workforce, right? And approval bureaucracy, things like that are causing additional delays and slippages that otherwise could have been prevented if teams had a system that made real-time decision-making and real-time proactive decision-making easy. And so that's exactly where Doceo stands in. And so with that, so we've decided to take today head on, right? We decided to take today head first. We've intentionally designed a lightweight tool to enable a better future for profit and schedule recovery on complex capital projects with decision assistance. And so at Doceo, how we do that is when project teams see risk in the field, we enable them to move from that gut feel decisioning, and we allow them to pressure test or simulate recovery options in real time, and we back that up with days and dollars, right? This way they can control their production outcomes and also control some of this backwards facing software, right? If we want a dashboard to read in a certain way, how can we get there? We kind of have to reverse engineer what needs to happen in order to make those things possible. And so we do this through our very lightweight scenario planning and what if analysis tool that's purpose built for superintendents and project managers. Why we wanted this to be a field first decision making tool built for the ones in the field where the risk lives. And I'm sure the reason we're here today is so you guys can see it in action. So give me a second. Let's get this loaded and go from here. So as you can see, this looks like Procore. Well, you're right. It is Procore. So Doceo today, we sit as a co-pilot along your existing ERPs or existing project management software tools. right? Because we want to blend into the existing workflow of our users, of project managers, of superintendents, the ones that are on the go, fielding decisions, making decisions, managing crews every single day, right? And also managing expectations of owners and project executives, right? And so we wanted to make sure we built a tool that was super lightweight and really easy to use as soon as you first logged into our software. So as you can see, here's Doceo, and we're inside of the schedule module here for Procore. So when you initially drill down into Doceo, you're going to be able to get a quick reflection of the overall project health, the overall health of the project that you're operating on and working on. And you're going to be able to toggle between each project, depending if you're a project manager managing 2 or 3 projects, you're going to be able to switch between those projects and use Doceo on those. But again, the workflow here is that you're out in the field looking at things that are happening in real time, reviewing previous daily reports. You're looking at the progress that's happening, and you often will see some slippages happening, right? They haven't fully formed yet, but you can see that it's probably going to cause a delay in the future, which is going to have a negative effect downstream. And so with Doceo, if you identify any of those slippages in the field, you can simply come to Doceo and ask us a what if question in order to pressure test a recovery solution. So say, for instance, here you can see that you've got some drainage that's 50% complete or sprinkler main that's 50% complete. And it's going into November, so we've got Thanksgiving coming up, and we want our guys to be able to get this done really before Thanksgiving. So with Doceo, you can simply ask, hey, I'm thinking of, can we wrap up, let's see, fire main by Thanksgiving? What do we need to do? Thanksgiving. Do we need to add any more people? Right. And this is really the natural way in which project managers and superintendents try to solve problems in the field, right? And so we're going to use natural language as our advantage here and really just make it easy to use for you to get the results that you desire. So once we figure that out, hey, we think we want to add some guys to fire main so that we can get finished and wrapped up by Thanksgiving. And Doceo is going to go through, is going to start pulling data from Procore, whatever your ERP system is. Let me move this out the way. And it's going to give you a recommendation. Oh, wow. Actually, it's showing us here that it's probably not a good decision to add any additional crews or pipe fitters to fire main so you can get finished by Thanksgiving. And so this way you avoided a $1,900 loss in your project, right? Even though you were trying to recover some days, maybe they were lagging behind, you avoided some of those costs. So that way you can decide to go with another scenario or solution to try to make up that time on that project, right? Or try to achieve your intended deadline or end date, right? Or milestone achievement. And so that's really Doceo. That's how it works. It's really as simple as that. We can go through, initiate scenarios. If you like what you see, if it is a solution that we can recommend, you can do that. You can move forward with that and start the recovery process, which is going to update a task list for you to go ahead and start making those moves and rearranging team members and things like that. And so that's Doceo. It's really as simple as that. We're a very early stage company, and I wanted to preface that, the data that we're using today is minimal, and we're looking to bring on 10 pilot projects or customers to help us design this tool and continue to refine our machine learning models in the background. And we're also looking to raise a $250K pre-seed to help us get to that next level in refinement of our machine learning tools.
Very cool, LD. Now, where do you envision this going in the future? As you get through pre-seed and seed round, what's your ultimate vision with Doceo?
Yeah, so Doceo again, we're trying to find a wedge with our users, right? The uphill battle that we're facing generally in construction tech is heavy software tools that are hard to adopt and hard to use, right? And really hard to get to the end goal of what you're looking to do, which is move the needle on a project. Um, and again, so our goal is to really insert and be that decision intelligence layer for our users to get what their end result is. How can we how can we win on this project, right? And so our goal is to really become that layer where any decision on a project is ran through us, right, and ran through our model in order for teams to figure out what to do next and recover from slippages on projects.
Very good. I see you got your contact info right there for anybody that wants to reach out, whether it's for pilot users or funding opportunities. So go ahead and reach out to LD. I've been talking with him for a little while now, and definitely love where you're looking to take things with your company.
Thank you.
So again, this was the last demo day of 2025. I appreciate everybody joining. As a reminder, we'll be announcing our Q1 event on January 13th in San Francisco coming up. So it'd be great to have you out there. If you're not following us or everybody on this panel, please go do so at LinkedIn to stay up to date with where these technologies are evolving to. Um, any other questions, or if you have any questions about demo days in the future, feel free to reach out to me directly and I'll be happy to answer anything you have. So with that, we'll wrap up 2025 with this fantastic panel of presenters. And I look forward to seeing everybody in 2026 when we'll restart our demo days on the last Friday of each month at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So thanks again to our panelists, and thank you to the audience for watching all this cool stuff that's coming out into our industry.